Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steve, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on the next episode of Fort Prairie, an Alberta themed city. Welcome back to the channel where last time we were here, we were kind of building up a new farm. We were building up the Jefferson farm, very cool crop oriented farm, really kind of flooding the market with some crops, which is fantastic. This is also the first episode that I'm recording since I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I really wanted to just take a quick moment here and thank each and every one of you for all the support of the channel. It's been a lot of fun these past 2 years almost since I started this channel. Wow, year and a half pretty much. It's so fun engaging with you all in the comments, inputting your suggestions into the city, and you know, talking geography, talking cities. It's just a blast. So just a sincere thank you all to a sincere thank you for all your support. It really does mean the world to me. So what's on tap for today's episode? Well, you know, I was kind of debating on what we really needed to do. I know I want to start pushing towards the downtown. I want to build up the historical center of the city, the original fort, the fur trading post. But I want to wait a little bit. I want to feel it out a little bit, read some of your comments from last week's Brockton County series about kind of abandoned areas, historical things. I am pre-recording a little bit ahead of time because I'm taking a weekend off shortly, so I'm just trying to get ahead of the game. I do most of my recording on the weekends. So today's episode is going to be a bit of a hodgepodge of smaller things. One thing I really want to do is I want to get like a fulfillment center in, so like kind of like an Amazon type deal, but we're going to use the post office items for that. I want to redo some of our water treatment throughout the city, and I want to expand Greenberg, just in that area we were at. But before we dive into that, I made a few changes based off of your suggestions last week, and I want to just just show you some of them really quickly. All right, so we're over here in Brownsville, the small farming town, which is, you know, growing ever so slightly. So over here at the train station, what I did was I made this just a clean roundabout. So I've done some lane work here to help with that. It does back up quite a bit with traffic, but, you know, honestly, I think that's pretty expected, especially since we have some industry along here. We might need to make this into a roundabout or something like that just to keep the traffic flowing. So that's something to keep an eye on. I am working on trying to find some unique houses for this area, but apparently the land value is so low that it's a little difficult. So I've added in some dog parks over here to try to help raise that land value. Seems to have worked for some of them, but I guess not all. If you are doing something like this and you're just waiting for the land value to rise up, what you can do is just select it with Move It and reset the object, even if you have it marked as historical, it'll stay. So there's that. What else did we do? Oh, I added in just some apple trees in here to kind of fill out the corners of this orchard area. And then the big thing, I think, is I'm calling a mulligan with this expansion of Brownsville. I think it was fine. There was no problem with it. It was a bit close to the rail line, but I forgot that I mentioned earlier in the episode that I was planning to do something with this area. So I'm left what I believe can stay, but I don't want to spoil too much. But I'm thinking we're gonna get like a train yard of some sort, or some type of transit. Holy cow! But maybe not a functioning piece of transit, if you catch my drift. And for this area, we're also talking about perhaps getting trams in. So I think a tram line might have to run through this area. So I'm thinking we'll connect a tram up into this area. We'll have to bring it across, and that's going to, you know, have to go through this development that we previously built up. So I'm glad we kind of sorted that out, and the tram will probably run down in here. And then I'm not sure how it's going to go, but I think the connection point is going to be from here in via, you know, this city land over here. If we are to even get a tram, I mean, that's a little far ahead of the game. But yeah, so let's start off with that fulfillment center because I think that's really fun. And then we'll dive into the water treatment plant since we're right beside it. And then if we have time, I want to make a traffic fix, and then we'll also do some expansion into Greenberg, especially since we have so much residential. Ooh, looks like we're really pumping out the crops. So actually, I'm going to just revise what I said. Let's zone a little bit because we have so much demand. So I think pretty much we have this already sorted out pretty good. I'm going to leave this section open for some commercial development, which I'm not going to zone in. But we do have some nice clean lines through here. Right down here, I think this would be a nice area for like some parks or something like that. So I won't do too much with that, but let's just re-add the zoning in here. I think we can do some pretty simple residential growth right in here. Let's turn zoning off of that. Fantastic. Then we'll just get some houses right along here. Be a really nice area to live, wouldn't it? I don't mind too much about, you know, not trying to space them out or anything like that. I think this will be sufficient. And I also don't mind you know, having residential in this area because I feel like this is a really old road, and perhaps in the past this was like kind of out of the way, so they started building houses out over here. But yeah, so I'm thinking some really old houses would be in this area. I'm trying to think of some real world examples. I don't live out in Alberta. We're making an Alberta themed city, but you know, I'm kind of thinking, you know, in your town there's like that one old avenue that has some really nice streets on it, or houses on it, but you're like, this is kind of a major street now. What's going on? So, you know, that kind of vibe. All right, so we get some of that going, and then let's also I don't know how this is going to connect up in here yet, so what we'll do is we'll just kind of fill this in as well. I'm actually going to take that off and then this piece off. Hopefully that should be fine. I don't mind having a smaller house over here. Okay, so we'll just let that start filling in. It's going to take a little while for especially this to all fill out. So yeah, now let's hop over to this area over here. So we have this plot of land, and if you're new to the series, what we're kind of saying is this used to be a really big farming town. Really briefly, this is the railway. We had a little railway town that's since grown up into a major suburb of what's going to be the downtown. But there's also this farming town that was probably only really close to this rail junction right over here. And there used to be farms everywhere. But, you know, some of them are getting bought up. Like this one, for example, was probably bought up. And, you know, it's getting some residential put through it, a highway. This one was bought up. This is starting to become a transit center. This one is held out so far. So we're going to say that this is another farm that, you know, couldn't hold on any longer with the changing times, especially with the, you know, such a big city close by. Towns need fulfillment centers because we all live off of Amazon nowadays and alike companies. So I'm thinking we get a fulfillment center right here. And why right here? Well, if you've ever seen one on the highway, yeah, it's off the highway. So they tend to be in areas where it's easily accessible for, you know, driving. So I'm thinking right in here we get that. And then over in this area, I wouldn't mind putting eventually a suburb or something like that, suburban development, or maybe we can have the remnants of that farm. But, so what we have going on over here is just a one-lane road going up and across. This is probably going to have to change. I want to keep this bridge as long as we can, so we'll see if we can keep that in place, but we might need to upgrade this road. And then we get to this intersection over here. We have lots of city trucks coming through here. It's a pretty major intersection. I think this is going to be a roundabout. Roundabouts aren't typically used in Canada, especially in older areas. But if they tend to be you know, in newer areas as well, or sorry, in newer areas now. Anyways, so let's say that perhaps this is a new project that the city took on. Let's pause the game here. I think that's a pretty good size. Oh, I thought I had it in Roundabout. It's a pretty good size. Let's just use the minus button here just to shrink it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good. And then what I'm going to do here is we're just going to run... Thinking, should this be 2-lane or 4-lane road? Yeah, why not? Let's just make it a 4-lane road, and if we need to change it down the line, that's okay. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Here it is. This is the one I wanted. There we go. And I don't mind these ones still being 1 lane, but this one I want to be 4 lanes all the way. So let's just do that, bring it right out into here. And now we have some better dedicated kind of lanes here. We might as well change this bridge now that we're kind of talking about it. So we might as well just keep this 4-lane system going. So let's go into elevated. What happens if this is a bridge piece? It's the same thing. Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's probably a good idea to upgrade this. I remember when we built it, people were suggesting that we just, you know, we bite the bullet and we just do it right now. So we're gonna have a dedicated right here because this is how you get onto the highway. And there's not gonna be too many cars going left anyways. We could even just have an even split like that. Yeah, why not? I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Then over here, I suppose we could have dedicated. I think we need a dedicated left for sure, but I don't think this is going to be a problem. It is a light. I think that's going to be fine. We'll see. Okay, so let's set up this roundabout. So easy setup is, oh my gosh, I can't believe how much I talked. We are running behind in the episode already. So we're just gonna shift click. Yeah, shift click that. And then we're gonna go with dedicated turning lanes and control click on each intersection. Then we'll go into this one right here and we'll take off the crosswalks. So I don't really want people walking along the middle of it. I don't mind the outside, obviously. It's totally okay to walk along the outside of the roundabout. And then we're gonna go into node controller. So much to do. Just setting up a roundabout. And we're just gonna set this off to 10 meters. And we'll do the same thing for this one, 10. Then we're on this side. I think we might need to go into 12 for these two. Okay, fantastic. I'm not gonna do the lanes through here. I think it's gonna flow fine the way it is since the dedicated lanes kind of work out. We're gonna have lots of traffic turning left through here. I'm just gonna pause it really quickly because I see something that you probably all see anyways. The water, of course. Steven forgot water in an episode. Who knew? Yeah, so we have lots of cars going left through here, so it's gonna slow down the roundabout. Unfortunately, so we might need to try to get a bit of a slip lane if things get too crazy on all ends of it. So we'll see if this clogs up too much, but I think we're probably going to be fine here. Let's just check the speed limit. Whoa, where are we? Let's go to 80 kilometers per hour. That's a bit too fast, isn't it? Let's go to 60. And we'll go 60 all the way. And yeah, oh, it looks like the road's already 60 down here. Okay, that's fantastic. And then we'll go 60 into here. We're 80 over on this side. And we're 80 on the other sides. Okay, then maybe we can just go 80 right through here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so how is the Amazon Fulfillment Center going to connect? I'm saying Amazon, I mean, who knows? It's fake company C, I don't know. So let's take a look at what it looks like. So basically what we're going to be doing is using the post-sorting facility as that fulfillment center. And we're going to get like 1 or 2 back to back. It's going to make it look a little bit bigger. I want to place it right in here. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is a lot of the traffic's going to be, say we bring a road into here, a lot of the traffic's going to be turning right anyways. But we're going to have a bit of a dedicated lane system so that cars turning left will be able to do so. I think we'll try to get a light in here as well. So let's try to find a nice placement for this road. Let's go with this road, the 4-lane road, 3 out, 1 in, and we're just gonna go straight road. And I think the logical connection point would be to try and connect it up in line with this, but that is a bit too close. So I'm thinking we could try to split the middle here, but I don't think that would necessarily work. So let's go right off of this road here. It's not exact, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, let's just go off of this road. We'll do that, and then I'll flip it around. Okay, fantastic. Doesn't need to be a light. It might for the left-hand turning traffic. And the way it's going to get set up is it's going to be like this. And then we'll take the node controller right here, and we're going to really separate this out. Like so. And then I don't want crossing over here, so we'll go into this tool just like that, and we'll say no crosswalks. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. And we're gonna need a dedicated, oh, wrong button, dedicated left. I don't mind sharing a straight and a right, but we got to make sure that this is clear so they can make their lane changes if they want to, and it looks like it is. And we also need to switch this back. Okay, so this is going to be the entry point into the fulfillment center. Oh wait, oh my god, Steven forgot water. Ha ha ha. Let's go and actually clean that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so this is gonna be the entry point. I'm thinking what we're gonna do is we're going to just curve, and we're gonna try to position these. Let's actually try to position them first, the buildings, and I think that's gonna really kind of show us how it needs to be placed. So there is no Amazon sign or anything on this building, but I suppose it would probably be on this side, the one that we're looking at right now. So that means I want that facing the road. So we're gonna need to have a road. Let's just use the industry roads for now. Right about here. Let's just connect up really quickly with the grid. And we'll bring this down from about here. Yeah, that works. And then we'll go into industry. Yeah, fantastic. Okay. So if we were to connect these up, like blend the assets together, it would probably have to be from that side, wouldn't it? Okay, then, well, maybe not. Maybe we won't necessarily get the sign, particularly where we're kind of suggesting. So what if we go from here now, down, we go grab this, and then we go from the other side. I wonder how this is going to look. So let's grab that. Let's try to connect them together. So it looks like one giant facility. Looks pretty good. All right, so let's just go into move it here. Let's grab everything. Let's say get to the same height as the highway. Actually, let's go to this one. It's gonna be a little bit nicer. Looks like we're on a bit of a hill here too, like a pretty good hill. Yeah, I think that's pretty good actually. Okay, so we position those there. we're going to need to level up the terrain. So what I'd like to do is select the height of the building that we're going. We'll just bump it out a little bit. All right. And then we come in with the smoothing tool. So this area is also, I'm going to leave pretty open because I think we're going to get lots of warehouses through here in the future. It's pretty close to the highway. It's going to be a good transition point for a lot of materials. So yeah, we'll get that in place. But I want to get a toll booth in here. But if we are going to, in fact, get more warehouses over here, maybe we can make this area more of the warehouse section. And then over in here, we can get the toll booth. I'm thinking the toll booth because it's kind of like a checkpoint. All right, so let's just bring this forward a little bit more. Let's try to position this toll booth. I think we can just click it in without much worry. So maybe what we do is we connect it up something like that. And then we can have the road continue on in different directions for other trucks. Yeah, I kind of like that positioning right there. All right, so then we'll take the industry road for our planning road. And this one's gonna just continue straight. And then if we bring this one out like that for, you know, future warehouses or something like that, I think it plans out pretty nicely. So if this road was to continue, no way. Nice. It's not going to connect up, but I'm glad we kind of did that by accident. All right, so that's going to be good planning for the future. Now let's focus on the Amazon Fulfillment Center because we have more things to do. Let's make sure we're in line with this. Okay, fantastic. I guess we can just go right into the curve tool. Or maybe not, because we probably need to go into one of these 4-lane roads. Oh, this one. Go straight to about here. And then we'll go into our industry roads. I like the industry roads because it gives us lots to play with. Okay. Now we just need to make sure that this is in line. Okay, so if we were to continue that, let's just redo this road. Fantastic. Okay, and then we can connect this one up. Industry. So, I guess what we should probably have done is just gone off of this one to about here. And then we'll just move the building. Alright, so again, let's make sure we have everything at the same height. So I'm just going to click and drag this down. This is all I really care about, these ones. And I want it at the same height as this. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So let's check out the building, how it's looking. A bit tricky to see, but I think we're doing a good job at combining up the buildings. Let's take a look at this one. This one's in the sun. So if we just grab it with move it, and we just really, undo. We just really be careful here. We can try to blend it together. There we go. And now it looks like a bit more like a larger facility, right? All right, so let's go into here, and we'll say yield on all sides for now. And we have a dedicated right, and we have dedicated straight and left, but this doesn't matter. At least not yet. All right, so let's go into the building spawn point here. And let's just... Okay, we'll leave those ones the way it is, but this one, this is for all the services. Let's bring this one over here, and we'll bring it to the front door, just to separate things. And then we'll do the same thing, so I'll grab the orange one here, and we'll just move it to the front door. Fantastic, so I'm thinking we just pave everything in this block. I think that would help the uniformity of everything. Nice. And I suppose what we can do is upgrade this highway to the highway with the medians, or the barriers. Yeah, I'm worried about bringing it right down to the end here. I don't really like that. But this one is a 3-lane one, so I think that's this one right here. Okay, fantastic. And then we have the 2-lane one, just right here. All right. Let's back it up a little bit more. Let's bring it all the way to the end here like that. Okay, fantastic. I think we'll do the other side eventually, but I just don't want to waste any more time. Okay, so we're not going to get any trees here, Steven, because we just talked about this. I think maybe what we can do is bring this out, and we can connect these roads up with a smaller industry road, since we have that available to us. We have the 1-unit industry road, and just to help traffic out a little bit, you know? Okay, fantastic. So I think we'll get some other warehouses in here too. So this is the post sorting facility. We'll need to get like a bit of a headquarters as well. But let's get some other of these warehouses in here first. We have this large one. This one could be useful, since this is technically vanilla still, by doing it kind of like this. And yeah, you know what? I think we'll do this on this side. And together it's still kind of like the same company, I guess. Although from this side it would look nicer. But I guess what we need to do is bring that road out and bring it to the other side. So this is the distance we need. So let's bring it out to here, bring this out like that, and then we'll just flip it over this side. So then now maybe this would have the Amazon sign on it, you know? And I think we'll do something similar to what we did with the post sorting facility. So maybe like that's where the trucks get sorted. You know, maybe the incoming mail or something like that from other Amazon facilities. I'm just gonna say Amazon. You know, it doesn't, just because I think everyone kind of knows what that is, right? So, you know, it could be a different company, but I think everyone knows what Amazon is, so I'm comfortable using it colloquially like that. Okay, so let's bring this one in like that. We maintain our grids, nice. This section here is going to need to be upgraded right away. We'll just upgrade that. Just keep that in mind. Do that right now. And then we can probably just do something like this for this side. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much more with this. Again, lights, we don't really need that. We'll just yield. And we'll pave in all the rest of it. All right. So where would the employee center be, right? That's kind of the next thing. So I'm thinking what we're gonna do is what I really like doing is using the road maintenance depot as a bit of a like business center for these kinds of things, and I think it would work. I'm gonna kind of use this point here for that. So again, we're not gonna be able to connect up here because we're gonna need to run everything through this if we're gonna keep this as one company. So I suppose we didn't really need to upgrade this road here. I think maybe we'll leave that part here, but yeah, I really like the idea of using this as like the business area. Okay, so let's bring this to the same height as that. Whoops. Okay, how about that? Nope, still too high, so I'll just do it manually. Down to about there. Nice. Okay, so we can get parking in on this side too, which is good. But let's get that road depot. Oh, I was on it, wasn't I? We'll get that right here, and then I'm just gonna move it with move it to right there, so that you know all the big wigs in the road maintenance. It's the road maintenance fulfillment center. Bring this over a little bit more. All right, so we do have some space over here still. So I don't mind putting shops and stuff in there. I don't really like the idea of putting police or fire in this little slot. We could get our own little garbage sorting facility as well. The post office itself, I like incorporating in these builds. So why don't we try and get that right in here? Maybe like, so we're gonna have the parking on this side. So maybe like, sometimes you need to go pick up your package because, they missed your delivery or they couldn't deliver it to your apartment or something like that. I'm thinking that, right, is the reason for why we have a post office right here. And we'll get a little shop right in there as well. Okay, and then why don't we just add in a few trees along the backside here? Let's go with the live oak. Fantastic. And we'll go with some young lindens right along the side. The two trees we've been using all along this build. Alright, so let's just go into the find it really quickly. And we'll go into commercial and let's go 2 by 3. Is that how far we had it? Let's just try to find like a burger shop or something like that. I don't think any of those are. That's a bar. This diner looking thing could work. Organic foods, okay. Well, we'll let it pop up. Okay, and let's get some water down in here as well. Okay, so we got that in place. Let's get our parking lots. We're not gonna get a parking garage. I don't think that's necessarily what we need. So we can go parking. And we have some of those new parking lots that I'll look to place down. 10 by 4. I think this one could work out great, actually. Yeah, so I think I'll just need to adjust it a little bit with Move It, just to line up, kind of overlap the lines. But I think this, thematically looks nice. And we have more space down in here too. But maybe it can be a separate company. Because I could bring it down, and we could get more actually, if we don't want to make it a separate company. So I think that's too big. So let's just redo that. Got to make sure we're using the industry roads. And you know, another thing about the industry roads is that they don't allow parking automatically, so it's nice. All right, so let's just click these ones in again. There's just 3 of them, and let's just line it up with the other one, so it looks like just one giant parking lot. And then this one, just a quick little adjustment. All right, so right in here, thinking we could just move it over. Move everything over? Yeah, let's do that. And we'll just move this one over right into there. And I think people will be able to walk across here too. Bring this one right down into here, and then we'll get a pedestrian path. Just like so, and then like so. And then in case people are walking to work, they need an option. Okay, actually just gonna grab this, and we're just gonna move this one over. And I like the idea of getting a fence in actually here, so just go with an iron fence. Turn off our guidelines so we can be very particular. All right, and then I suppose what we could do actually as well, a cool little thing, is use the BOB mod, and we'll go into the trees. And you know, I'm really not confident with this mod yet. Placement mode. I just want to get rid of it. So I think I can just select the bush, turn on the probability, you know, do them all. Tree variant. But I'm not sure if this is going to do this for every single asset, like that, or every single what's it called? Toll booth that we have. Oh, you know what? I'm not even. I have to select each one, eh? Okay, well, let's just turn off the trees. I think that's the one that matters the most. Sorry about that. Yeah, I should really watch a tutorial on this, shouldn't I? Okay, well, I will exit out of it, and I'll kind of clean up the rest of it later on. But I think then we can really add in some nice details that way. Yeah, I was worried about that. It was too high of value, so we'll delete this, and I think we'll just let it grow organically. Okay, so right in here, I want this to be an empty. Should we even have anything in here at the moment? Yeah, I don't really know. So let's just go commercial zone goods. And if it gets too crazy, then we might need to change things. But yeah, okay. Well, that's a really good starting position for us here with this. I think maybe I should have leveled the land a little bit before I did the parking lot. But I think it's okay if it's sloped a little bit. I don't think that's anything out of the ordinary. Maybe what I should have done is grabbed this road here, put it to the same height as, say, this one. Oh, that's pretty. That evened it out pretty good, actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can just stick with that. I don't want to spend too much more time on this. You know what? This one is actually much lower. Let's get it to the same height. Okay, so now we should really be flat. Okay. It looks a little silly now, but hey, someone's walking to work. Actually, I think this side's still a bit high. What's going on here? All right, I'm not gonna fool around with it anymore because there's other things to do. So we did that. That's fantastic. This is gonna be, you know, continue to be developed down the line. We got the offices. This is actually great, this building. We got the post office down in here. Yeah, I mean, we built Amazon. So we're gonna make some money off of this too, so we can just jack up the price. Cars need to come in here. Okay, so that is that. Let's look at the water treatment plant. We still have some time. This is a cool suggestion I got a little while ago. I'm sorry, I didn't write down your name, but it's to use some assets from the workshop here, which I thought were really cool. When we first built up this water treatment plant, we just used the same thing, the road maintenance depot, and it works. Like, I genuinely think they look like, you know, some cool office buildings, but there's other cool buildings as well you can get from the workshop. So this is the administration and laboratory. This building takes care of day-to-day operations of your sewage treatment plant, as well as some research. So I'm thinking we can get that building right in here. We can connect it up like so. It looks like it connects up to this parking lot anyways with that. And, you know, this doesn't need to be directly a part of the sewage area either. Like, it looks like an administration building, which is really cool. It has a gate here, so I think maybe we can kind of play with that a little bit. So we'll use just the basic park iron gate, and we'll go from here, just surrounding the building here. Could even bring it farther. Sorry, I'm just trying to line this up really nicely. Like that. And then maybe we could even bring it right down like so. And then right down along the path here. Yeah, that works. So what other buildings did I download? I didn't download them all because I like using the vanilla ones, but I really like these like office style ones. So get it on this side here. What does this one look like? Let's actually rotate this one. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the other one is something that would be more placed down here with the rest of the water treatment. So I'm actually going to delete these, and we're going to just kind of look at building a bit of a water treatment plant through here. So I really like the idea of having that pedestrian connection point. So we could actually add in another parking garage, or parking just in general. Let's go with this one. Actually not too fond of that. So why don't we go with our parking lot roads then? Is it right in here? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't really like how sometimes that happens. Well, sometimes every time you place it directly like this, you have the darkened intersection. But I think overall, though, this is pretty cool. So let's just place in some parking spaces. All right. So let's hook these up. I think these buildings specifically do some some treatment, which is good. And then we have this one over here we need to hook up. So look at that, we were already pretty good with our water treatment. Let's get another one of these in here. Yeah, they're pretty cool assets. I like how kind of blends pretty good together. So I'm thinking in the future, I'm not going to use them all like this, but I think we can, you know, use them in junction with these ones, for example. And I think that would look cool. Why don't we add one of these in anyways, because I think it'll help the look a little bit. Yeah, so as the city grows, this is going to grow as well. But I'm glad we got this kind of administration center down because I really like it. It's really nice. So what other assets do we have? We have this one. I'm worried that these are going to make pollution. So I'm not going to put any other water treatments downs anyway. So this building handles the pre-treatment of the sewage. So I'm going to see what the pollution is first before we kind of do a bit more of a detailed build. But I wanted to add these in since we were already over here. And then this is also going to segue us into revising the water towers in general. So now that we have the larger one, we don't need all the small ones throughout the city. You can see those little spires shooting out of the sky. Yeah, so that is something we can replace. So, for example, this water tower doesn't need to be here. So we can get rid of this one. Let's pause the game while we're doing this. Just a quick peek again. Yeah, so look at our sewage treatment. Holy cow. So let's bulldoze this one. There we go. And then what other ones don't we need? So this one's in the middle of the high school. We don't really need to have it here. So let's delete this one. And now we can get like a commercial building in here or something like that. But it doesn't really look like it's going to be required. So if we kind of let this game sim a little bit, I mean, this is in the middle of a high school. I don't think we need to have a commercial building. So why don't we just delete that? And why don't we add in like a parking lot or something like that? Smaller one. 1x1 parking. Holy cow. This is awesome. Yes. Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, just an extension of... Yeah, this is actually great. I'll just place them down and then I'll realign them. Just so that they're, you know, touching each other. Because that would be helpful, because otherwise, what's the point of the spaces between them? I don't think a motorcycle could fit in there. Like, I think we need to adjust this. Okay, so there we go. And, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't be playing the game because we're going to run out of water really quickly if I keep simming it. All right, so let's just get some trees in here. Why don't we go with the young linden tree? And we'll just get a couple of these right through here. Nice. We can get a couple more over on this side as well. And I'll reposition these ones so that they're attached. These ones have spaces between them. That's part of the baseball diamond asset. So I'll just readjust these, this side. Fantastic, fantastic. Looks like something's supposed to be here. Huh, maybe something got deleted at some point. It's still 5-star park, so we're good. All right, so let's move on to the next water tower. 222 people need water. Yep, I get it. This one, that one looks like it kind of fits. This one doesn't, so let's just delete that. The other water tower is right over here. Yeah, we can delete this one. So what I'm thinking is maybe what we do is we use this space here for that large water tower. Let's just use move it really quickly. So that's still good on height for the bridge. And yeah, okay, so we'll just do our basic normal detailing. So what we do is we just bring out a dirt path, just like that. So, you know, the services truck can come right in here and park. And then what we can also do is go into here. Yeah, disasters, and we can use the earthquake sensor as a bit of like a you know, data center for it. So let's just use them all. And let's use the picker mod. There we go. And I'll just connect that up. I'll bring this one down and up. Okay, fantastic. So then we'll leave this one because maybe it's an older water tower that's somehow survived. And let's take a quick peek at all the water towers in the city. So it's just those two. And we have one in Brownsville. So I think we can replace the one in Brownsville as well with a larger one. And, you know, this is not going to be the last time we touch water treatment in this build. So let's just let the game sim for a quick second. 3-speed. We're good on water now. Okay, very nice. Let's hop out of here. I just saw that this cemetery. Okay, no, let's get out of the water. There we go. X. So that the cemetery's full, so let's just reset the object. And then one thing I wanted to do, so since we did add in some housing in Greenberg at the beginning of the episode, which, you know, looks great. This will level up more, then we're going to look like this. Yeah, fantastic. We need healthcare in Greenberg. If you look at the healthcare tab, we only really have 2 healthcare facilities. And death care, you know, we're probably fine for now, but... and that's the only child care, and that's the only elder care. So, oh, I just remembered another suggestion. I totally forgot. So what we'll do is we'll just really quickly put down a healthcare center right in here. Yeah, so we're gonna use this area as a bit of a commercial zone. So we'll just do that. Yeah, that works. And we're gonna be set for that. We are gonna add a sauna in as well. I think that is always really cool in commercial zones. And then really quickly, David, I'm sorry, I forgot to put this in at the beginning of the episode, but David made a fantastic suggestion to put an elder care facility at the top of this little area here. So we'll just do that and then we'll end the video off, okay? So let's just move it. We'll extend this out a little bit farther. And then we'll just make sure we're on this. There we go. We're gonna make a nice clean snap. Click home. And we'll just place it to about here. And then, yeah, so we'll leave that little bump up for sound protection. But let's add in this elder care facility right here. Yeah, very cool. I'm sure it'd be a really nice setting to live in. And then we can also extend some housing up this way as well. So I think probably we could just move it here and just extend this out to about this point. And that's probably a bit too far actually. And we'll just clean this up a touch. And then we can get some more housing right in here. There we go. Then we'll leave that bump up. I actually really like that. Okay, so we'll go into single trees. And we'll just place a few of these live oaks along the edge here. It's going to help hide some things as well. So that'll pop up. And what else was there regarding this area? I forgot about this area when I was going through the comments. To take this node and make it a crossing was another one. Bit longer of an episode, I'm sorry about that. Okay, you know what, I don't want to mess up the zoning. So that's close enough. And then we need another one down in here. And just make it a crossing. And I suppose we could try to squeeze in a path through here if it'll let us. We'll just go with like a desire path though. Nothing planned by the city. right from here up, and then like that. All right, so we got a nice elder care facility right along here, some extra housing. I mean, that would really be a really nice place to live. Okay, so that was a great suggestion. So we built the Amazon Fulfillment Center. We built this. We extended the housing along Greenberg. And in next episode, we'll either start building. I think we'll start building up this area. I think that's a good plan. But we might start playing with some road networks as well. I haven't fully decided. But, building a fulfillment center was the name of today's episode, or something along those lines. So let's leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, folks. Talk to you soon. Peace out.